Hi. So, we are going to talk today about visualization, how that can be really useful, and the ways that I use it and that I found to be just really impactful, especially for if you're wanting to do spell work, for your own inner journeys, and for your own meditations, for energy work. Really can help with intent to visualize things, which ties in with spell work, which isn't something that I do a ton of, but if you can visualize really well, then you don't really need a lot of tools. So these are some of the ways that I use visualization. The number one way would probably be for cleansing my aura or cleansing my space. So I just picture in my mind, I visualize with my eyes open because I'm seeing internally in my head, internal clairvoyance. So I imagine in my head scrubbing with the scrubby my aura and water coming down and washing it, for example, in the space, if I'm cleansing my space. If I'm going to use a tool like smudging, which I don't really do very much because I'm awesome at visualizing, I can visualize uh, a little duster and I go around and dust with my pretend duster, or sometimes I just picture a color in the air, like all the air molecules are one color, and anywhere that I notice is some heavier energy is a different color, and so I change the colors of the energy as I see them in my head and as I perceive them in my head is just one example. I also find doing my own inner work. So I talk about parenting yourself, inner parenting, working with your inner child, or because energy and time, they don't exist. Like, you can manipulate them. You can go back in time, your own timeline, and change things, right? That can affect you now. Energy stored in our body, all these types of things. Visualizing helps you to manipulate that timeline for like inner child work and inner parenting, which there's going to be another video. So there might be a link to the video. You can go watch that if you are into inner child work and stuff. But one of my favorite things to do is visualize and go into like underground space and make a really cool cave and like crystals and just like pimp it out. Like, you can make it whatever you want. Like, people talk about how we're creators and we create our reality. Well, what's the number one way we can start doing that right now without changing anything in our physical space? Using our imagination, right? So you create a space underground and you go with a past version of yourself. Maybe forgiveness is one of my favorite ways to use it. I go down with the past version and my current self forgives that past version, and we just wash and care for and have like a special Healy bath, and then drain all the water, and maybe there's spirit guides or spirit animal. You make it however you want. On that note, I also love to use it visualizing for I call it like a soul rest place, where you make a space. Maybe you want it on the top of the mountain, maybe you love the ocean, maybe it's just a special spot you have. You make it wherever you want to make it and however you want to make it, and you go there as a part of a meditation or something, and it's just super restful, and you meet with spirit maybe or not, your choice, but it's the place that you can go and holding yourself there, visualizing, getting the texture, all the details, that's a form of meditation. When you're visualizing, you're not able to focus on anything else. Otherwise, you leave the space and you leave the visualization. So if you find like meditating, focusing on your breathing is kind of annoying, or you're not really finding it effective, visualizing yourself in a space that's really calming and serene is also a way that you can do it. Visualizing an inner child of yourself and hugging them and just giving them all the things that we maybe didn't get for your healing journey, that is a super useful way. Have fun. So visualizing can actually connect you with your inner child because you can be really, really silly with it. So one of the ways that I like to practice visualization is to visualize something with your eyes open, but pretend, for example, right now, I'm going to visualize and pretend that I have a monkey on my shoulder, but it's not brown. It's orange and it has bat wings and a fish tail. I don't know, right? How much detail can I get? Can I see that there in my reflection, right? So on the table, right? It doesn't have to be something boring like an apple on the table. Picture something fun, because the more fun, the better you're going to have at it. And how much details can you get on that? Okay, so those are just some really quick ways that I like to use visualizing. And it's really useful. So for spell work or energy work, especially with energy work, it has endless uses, right? You're talking on the phone with a friend, you visualize a cord going between you because you're energetically connected when you talk on the phone, for example. Visualize a cord going between you. And when you're done on the phone, visualize their energy going to them and your energy coming back fully to you. As an example, if there's pain in your body, you can use visualization to put your hand on there, even if you're not like a healer, do Reiki or whatever. Hands are super, I talk about it. Put your hand on there. Imagine the pain being black and imagine love being a golden white color and overcoming and overtaking and changing and morphing that. That's just a way to help with intent. So if you're doing any spell work, as well as lighting candles, as well as whatever else you might have on your shrine there, you can also visualize something that signifies what you're wanting, what your spell is about, right? Prosperity or whatever. Manifesting, right? Not only when we're manifesting do we want to feel the way that we want to have the car, for example, we want to visualize ourselves in the car, right? So it's pretty much endless, the ways that you can use it. What are some of your ways that you like to use the visualizations? You want to put them in the comments, right? Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, I'll probably refer to this video when I do a video about clairvoyance, because clairvoyance is kind of ties into it, the way that they work. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day.